Alright, so this is going to be a quick video just to help you with some of the questions from the practice exam. Let's see how you went with these. So, run through the first page first. Question 1, the tree bearing from O to A. So that means start at the origin, go to point A. And the diagram on the right is, well, tree bearings are always measured from north in a clockwise direction. It's that easy. So it's 180. Now there's 90 degrees between south and west, so that's got to be another 40 degrees in there. 180 degrees plus 40 degrees, 220 degrees, and you're on your way. Exact value of sine of 60 degrees. Well, you need your exact value triangle, don't you? Now the large angle, 60 degrees, goes there, and the smaller angle is 30 degrees. And then just get the sides, the longest side opposite the largest angle, and you're fine. So the hypotenuse is 2, but I usually just go 1, 2, 3, and then remember that for Pythagoras' theorem to be true, that needs to be a root 3. The exact value, therefore, of sine 60, opposite over hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. Not so bad. Which of the following is equivalent to tan 340 degrees? So we need to think about our unit circle, don't we? So it just needs to be a quick rough sketch. You can picture this in your head. Tan. So many of you will remember ASTC. I just like to remember tan is where it's hitting my tangent axis. There's my tangent axis. And if the tan of 340 is going to be 20 degrees away from that point there, where's the other point that will have the same tan value? Would have the same gradient, because the tan of an angle is the same as a gradient, isn't it? So it would be 20 degrees away there. So we could have a 160, we could have a negative 20. Let's see what we've got there. No, tan 20 would be positive, tan 40 would be positive, 200, that'd be over here, that'd be positive. Negative tan 20. Well, tan 20 would be here, negative tan 20 would be down there. That's looking pretty good to me. So tan 20 would be up there, crossing the axis there. This is negative of tan 20. That's the one we want, isn't it? Negative of tan 120. What would that give me? 120 would be up here. Negative tan of that. No, that's not going to be right. That's going to turn it into a positive again. We've got our answer. Sine x equals cosine x, then x can be. So sine and cosine are the y and x coordinates as we go around our unit circle. So most of your trigonometry is going to come back to your unit circle. Where are sine and cosine equal? So either when they're both positive here, or both negative and the same amount. Now what amount is that? Well, you probably already have figured out and remembered that if I go up by 45 degrees, then these two sides become 1, 1 and root 2, and the sine of 45 and the cosine of 45 is 1 over root 2. When I'm over here in the third quadrant, the signs are both negative, so they'd both be negative 1 over root 2. So it could be either 45 or 180 plus 45, 225. So A and C are the correct answers for that one there. The solution to the equation, 4y takes 7 equals 9. Well, this is pretty easy, isn't it? That's going to be equivalent to 4y adding 7 to each side is going to give me 16, so y is going to equal 4. Coordinates of the midpoint of a line segment. So you just need to remember your midpoint. That's the average of the 2 points, isn't it? So x1 plus x2 divided by 2 will give me the average x. y1 plus y2 divided by 2 gives me the average of the y coordinates. So the midpoint is going to be negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So 1 over 2. And 4 plus negative 2 is 2. When I divide that by 2, I get 1. So 1/2 and 1, or 0.5 and 1 there. But that's the answer we're looking for, isn't it? Question 7. 70,000 invested at 8%. A represents the value of the investment after n years. The rule connecting A and n is, so A, you can either remember it, as a geometric growth or exponential function, or you just remember that the total amount is the principal 1 plus I to the power of n, assuming these are all happening in years, which they are in this case. So what are we going to have? 70,000 for P, 1 plus 0.08 for 8%, so that should be 1.08, and to the power of n, 70,000 times 1.08 to the power of n, D is the answer I'm looking for. Last one for this page. What is the value of cosine C for the triangle shown on the right? So C is the top angle up here. Cosine is the adjacent over hypotenuse. In order to do these correctly, what's the first thing we do? Label the sides. Opposite from the right angle is the hypotenuse. We're dealing with angle C, so the side not involved with C, the side that is opposite C, goes there, and this is adjacent. Therefore, the cosine of C, adjacent divided by hypotenuse, 12 over 13. And you're through the first page. Catch you in the next one. Bye.